Hi and welcome to yet another Facemaker video tutorial. I am Nuno and today we'll be creating a watch face for the Amazfit GTS 4. Today I'm doing this because many users have asked me to create a watch face for a rectangular watch from Amazfit, and in fact I don't have many of these videos, at least not for Amazfit, so I thought, why not? It won't harm anyone, I guess. So yeah, so the watch face we'll be creating is this one here. Yeah, I know it's nothing special, as you can see, but it has a lot of elements that we can create straight in Facemaker without needing any other software. So I thought this would be perfect. So we'll start off by adding a background main container and then adding an image widget. And here I will just drag and drop the reference image right there, okay? And now we have it here. And now we need to scale it. So I'm going to zoom in and tweak the placement manually, just like this, okay? And by the way, I took this image from Pinterest. They send me a lot of emails with almost something that I would call spam, but they are useful because they send me a lot of images that I can use as an inspiration. So right now, the width is scaled, but not the height. And to scale the height independently from the width, we just need to turn off the aspect ratio here, and then we can tweak the height. And you know, this doesn't have to be completely perfect, but let me see here, perhaps increase the height. And something like this will work, I believe. So I am going to apply the modifications here. There you go. And then we crop the canvas. And we're ready to go. So here I'll rename this to concept or reference, whatever you may call it. And here on the face info, since we're ready to start, we should give it a name. And I'll call it low profile Amazfit GTS 4, okay? And then I'll submit and file save as, and I will save it here on my documents folder, and I have a dedicated folder to save the HFMs, okay? So save, and now Facemaker will always save this project on that folder. And remember, you can or at least you should always save your HFMs on a separate folder than the one where you're exporting. So here on the preferences, you'll see that you have a default theme directory, okay? And this is where Facemaker will export your watch faces, and then it will be saved on the watch faces / and the name of your watch face / and everything related to the watch face will be saved inside that folder. So yeah, you should keep this in mind. Just save it on a specific folder, because anytime Facemaker tries to export a watch face, it will save it on that folder. And if you have the HFM, Facemaker first deletes all the contents of that folder. So yeah, you see where I'm getting at, okay? So now we can just lock the layer, and here I'm gonna start by adding an image. So right now we need to build this background image, this perforated surface of some sort. And this is very easy to create in Facemaker. So I'm gonna put it on the top left, right there. And then we'll press generate. And now we need to create this sort of gradient. You'll see that this is darker down here and lighter on the top. Okay, so I am going to open the gradient picker, and here I will start by selecting this darker color. And for the top one, so remember, this is the bottom and this is the top. So select the control point and select the color picker, and then voila, we have the gradient. And now we need to make it the same size as the watch canvas. So it's 390 by 450. 390, 450, and there we go. Now this is full screen, and I'm going to lock it and hide it, and then I will clone it. So now we have two. And for this one on the top, I need it to be this kind of texture here. These holes in here. And okay, so I'm gonna press generate, or rather not, I'm sorry, it's effects. So here I am going to select pattern and add a pattern effect. And then we will select, now let me see here, I think it's circles, dots. Okay. Now I'm gonna bring everything back and show you what we have here, okay? So these are the dots we need, but they need to be black. So I'm making them black. And then I'm gonna add a bevel effect. There we go. Now, I don't need the effect on the axes, so horizontal axes. So I'm gonna make them 0 on both the shadow and the highlight. And now we need to invert this, because if you notice here on the reference, the lighter color is on the bottom. So here on our version, it's on the top. So we need to invert this. The Y coordinate for the shadow and the highlight need to be inverted. So this one will be 1 or 2. Let's try 2. And then 2 for this one. And there we go. Now we have some sort of perforation, some kind of holes in there. And we have that 3D effect we needed. -2 might be too much. Let's go with 1. And then I will make this just a little bit darker. So something like that. And there we go. Now, this is not exactly like the reference, as you see here. They're more separated, but this will do. I can make the holes closer on this with this effect, the pattern effect, but I think this is close enough, so I think we may proceed. So let's continue. I am going to hide this one and see what we can do next. So I will start by creating these two. So this element here, okay, and these on the side. So let's start by this one. Here I had an image, put it here, and there we go. Now I will press generate, and as usual I will pick the colors to create this this gradient. There we go. We have both. And now I need the middle one, but since this is in the way, I can't pick the color. So I'm going to lock it, hide it, and then edit the gradient again. Select this middle color and pick this color here. Okay. And yeah, this should be good enough. I'm just tweaking. And there we go. Now I need to make it the right width. Right there, and the right height. And yeah, I believe this will work. So now we have this shape, but if you notice here on the concept image, the corners are rounded. So we need to apply that, and nothing could be easier. We just apply a rounded corners effect. And we can increase this to 10, I think will be a good value. And you can edit all four corners independently here, okay? Very soon I will add a switch option here that will link all the controllers here, so you can change them all at the same time. But just remember that like this, you can tweak them independently, which is a plus, I think. So here, let's see what we have. And yes, I think this looks good, so we may now proceed. I am just going to hide everything and take a look at the concept. So in the concept, we now have this inner gray part, light gray part here, okay? So to create this, I am going to duplicate this last image we created right there and unhide it, unlock it, and now we can place it something like this, and I will press not library but generate and tweak the width. Now let's zoom in, and by the way, I'm zooming in by pressing the control key, and then scrolling the mouse wheel down. So this is zoom out, and mouse wheel up with the control key pressed is zoom in, okay? You can also do it here, but it doesn't have control whether on the spot where it will zoom in. So I always say that you should use this method, the shortcut key control and then the mouse wheel, okay? Because then you can zoom in wherever the mouse is, okay? The mouse cursor. Okay, so now let's tweak the height. And there we go. And this should be fine for now, I guess. And now we have this color, and we need that gray, this light gray color here. So now I am going to add a fill color. There we go. And then I will pick this color right there, and I'll start saving the gradients and colors on the watch face colors and the watch face gradients palette. Okay, there we go. Now this will be saved with your watch face project, so the next time you open the project, you will have those colors ready to use. And now as I can see here, we have some sort of a inner shadow, but first a bevel, because you can see here that we have some sort of it looks like a 3D effect here. So first let's add a bevel and bring back the image. There we go. Now we don't need the X, the horizontal coordinates doing anything. So now we need this highlight to be on the bottom and the shadow to be on the top. So we just invert this. Okay, and there we go. Now this needs to be darker, but not too much dark, not so dark that it will look like the concept, because next I am adding a inner shadow. So something like this should work. And now inner shadow. There we go. Now I think I will increase this, and yeah, I think it looks cool. So this is what we have here, okay? And this will work, I guess. So we can now continue creating this watch face. I'm gonna hide everything, and now next I will create these. I don't know what these are, but yeah, let's have them. So here, one image, and then I will press generate. And now I need these colors. So let's open the gradient picker. And remember, if you don't select any of the control points, this one will be dealt with first. So if you press this, this will be set, okay? So now let's select this darker color and then the lighter one right there. And then let's rotate the gradient here to look just like this one, okay? So here I will set the width and height to something small, something like 7. And there we go. Now I will add enough sides so it turns into a circle. And here we need to tweak this because you can see that this is not bright enough. So the lighter version will do this, and the darker version we will do this. Something like that. It doesn't have to be exactly the same thing, but as long as from this distance it looks good and it looks similar, I'll say go for it. Okay, so now let's unlock or unhide everything and try to place this one right there. And I'm going to lock it just so I can see better. And yeah, this will do. So now we're going to clone it and push it to the right. We know this is on 32 vertical. So let's unlock and push it manually, just like that. And we'll try to place it correctly. It's on 32, so vertically it's on the same Y coordinate, okay? Now remember, this is important. So add, and now they're merged, and we can just simply clone, unlock, and push it down. Right there. Now this one is on 69 on the X coordinate, so let's do the same here and pull it up just a tad, something like that. Let's lock it and see what we have here. And yes, I think this is good enough. Okay, so I might as well just merge these two here. So add, there we go. And next, let's see what we can do. This line here, this divider line here, this is very easy. I just add an image, press generate, and now I'll zoom in. And I'll try to pick this color, the darker one. So right there and right there. Okay. Now I will place it more or less in the same spot as that one and bring everything back. So you can see that this is flush now with this line here. So this is what we need. I just need to set the width and the height. So let's set the width. And there we go. And now the height, let's go with 3 perhaps. Now I'm gonna hide everything again and bring back just a concept image and this image we're creating. So yeah, I would say this is good enough. Perhaps make it 1 pixel taller and lock it and bring everything back, and let's see what we have here. And yes, this will work perfectly. So yeah, by the way, just keep doing save, or you can just enable the autosave feature here, and Facemaker will save the project every X minutes you set here. Okay, so remember this, keep saving your work. Okay, it looks good, I think. Oh yeah, I need to add some shadow effect on this background image here. So I'm gonna add an effect here and use shadow. There we go. Increase the radius. And okay, I think this element is done. We can now proceed. And of course, we could start merging stuff. I mean, let me see here. I don't think I need anything else for this element. So I think I will merge it. So let's do that. Remember, you should always try to merge all the images you can. So right now we have this. And this is done. It has the shadow, it has the bevel effect. We need it and all that. So if I'm not gonna mess with it ever again, I mean, it's done, we don't need it to be separated. So I merged all the images and now we only have one image. Okay, so remember, this is good, you know, good practice to merge all the images you can, because in the end, it will be much easier for the watch to process the watch face if you have less images, I mean. So now I'm gonna hide everything, bring back the concept, and now I will address these here, okay? These three and the other three on the other side. So this is very easy. I can do this in 1 minute. So let's put it there. And I think it looks good. So I'm gonna press generate. And here we need to pick these colors. So right here and right here, okay? And this is done. I can now just tweak the size. So let's go with 60. Yeah, it's way too much. So, and there we go. And now the height, I set it to 80. And of course it's too much. And now we just need to tweak. And there we go. And this is done. We can now add a bevel effect. No, not bevel, but bevel. Sorry. Okay, let's tweak this. There we go. And now we need to invert this too. And there we go. And then finally, I will add an inner glow or inner shadow, I mean, and increase the radius. And as you can see, we have a perfect shape. Okay, now I'm going to apply, and then I will use an array translation, and we need 3, okay, here. So I'm gonna set it to 3, not 4, 3, and increase the Y offset. And there we go. Now I need to bring this image back because I want to see if this matches. And it kind of matches, so I think this is good enough. So I will apply it. And then here I will crop the canvas and go into the effects, select mirror, and apply a horizontal mirror. And there we go. Now let me see what we have here. And I don't think this piece, this middle piece, is centered. So I am going to unlock it. It's this one here. Zoom out, and then there we go. Now it's centered, and yeah, I think this is perfect. And we can now proceed. So the next piece we'll be developing is this one. It's a sort of a circle dial, and as you can see, it has elements. One of them is the circle widget, and it also has an image combo, and you can see that by seeing those numbers in the middle. It also has some labels, the power level, and an icon that shows what is being shown on this widget. So let's start. I'm going to create or add an image right there, and I'll press generate. So we want to make it the same size more or less, and we can scale it just like this. Something like that. So 139. Okay, let's give it enough sides. So 60 should be good. And there we go. Now I'm going to lock it and hide it because we need to pick this background color. So let's do that. And there we go. And let's switch to the watch face gradients and save it. Okay? You never know when you're gonna need it later, so might as well just save it. It will be useful. Okay, this is done. And now I am going to, we know it's 139, okay? So here I am going to just clone this widget and then press generate again. And here I will switch to circle. And now we need it to be 139. So let's tweak the radius, increase the line width, something like that. And now I think we can increase the radius until we have 139 up here, okay? And there we go. Now this is the same width and height as the circle underneath it, and this is perfect, okay? Now we need to somewhat emulate this effect you see here. And this is not easy. I mean, I think you can achieve it more or less with Facemaker. And as long as it looks more or less the same, I think it's good enough, okay? So I added a bevel, but first I needed a, let me see here, a fill color. There we go. And I will select this color here, right there, and put it underneath the bevel effect. Just like that. And here on the bevel, again, I will increase the effect right there, and perhaps increase the blur strength. And this might be too much. Let's go with 2 instead of 3. And there we go. Now, this is not perfect, but it somewhat emulates what you see here, okay? This highlight right here, it's also here, as you can see. This might need to be just a tad darker, and I can just simply try to emulate it, and there we go. And now the bottom one, the circle, I will add a inner shadow. It's black, and I will increase the strength and then increase the radius. And now you can see here what is happening, right? You see that now we have some sort of a shadow effect inside. So I think this will do. So I'm going to merge these two here. And remember, by merging image widgets, you lose all the effects you have here, okay? So keep that in mind. If you merge 2 image widgets, all the image effects they have will be merged. And now we have this one here, and I think we need a shadow effect. So it drops a shadow over the background. Let me just zoom in, add a shadow effect, and then increase the radius. And there we go. Now I think this will work perfectly, and I will apply it, unlock it, and finally I will clone it. And we need one for this one here. There we go. And if we want this to be perfectly placed on the other side, on the right side, we just need to first crop the canvas and then apply a mirror effect. And there we go, horizontal, and we're done. The problem here is that this one is not centered, so I'm going to trick it now. And there we go, now this is centered. And finally, we need to clone this one again, because we need those smaller ones in here. Something like that. And now I need to make sure that the size matters. No, it's not that. That the size is correct. So yes, I think we have a good result. And okay, I will crop the canvas, and then again I will apply a mirror, so we have it mirrored on the other side. So we're ready to start heading data. I think, let me just take a look at the concept image. Oh, we have this, yeah, we need to create these, okay? So let's do that, add an image, and this will be very, very easy. We just need to generate an image, and I have the gradient already saved, so we just now need to tweak the size. And as you can see, for this kind of task, you don't need any other software. I mean, you could jump back and forth between Facemaker and Photoshop, for example, but why? You can create most of these graphics inside Facemaker, and they're easy to create, as you can see. So now we need the bevel effect. So let's load it. This will be 0 and 0, and let's go with 2 and 2, or better, invert the shadow and the highlight, and there we go. And finally, we need the inner shadow, and perhaps increase this just a tad, something like that. And I think I would say this is good enough. I just want it to be centered with this circle here, so I will move it just a little bit to the left, something like that. And now we can simply crop the canvas. And remember, when you do a crop to canvas, Facemaker will apply all the widgets image effects, okay? So it's done. And finally, we had a mirror effect horizontal. And this is done. We can apply and proceed. Okay, we have most of the background, as you can see here. And yeah, let me just check the concept, and we can, I think we can start heading data. So I believe this here, it's the, let me see, I think it's the month day, the month, and the year. So this watch face must have been developed on 2022, I believe, and this is why we have 22 here. So I think I'm gonna start adding data. So here, let's go to System, Date, and then we will select month day and insert an image combo. And we press Generate. This will be padded with zeros. So even if it's 0 here, so on the 5th of any given month, you will see the 0 too. You might not want this. In this case, you just disable this option here, okay? And when this option is disabled, you can align to the center and to the right. Okay, keep this in mind. I am going to, I will pad it with zeros. And oh yeah, we need another font. And I'm not sure, oh, we have it, yeah. I have used this font for another watch face, and I think it fits very well with this, okay? So it's not perfect, it's more squarish, but as long as it looks digital, just like this one, okay? I think it will do. So let's tweak the size. Something like this, perhaps. And I think I will go with a larger font because those numbers are very, very small. And there we go. This will be more visible on the watch. And remember, whenever you're developing something, keep in mind that what you see in Facemaker might not be as well visible on the watch. And this is important because on Facemaker you can zoom in, right? You can zoom in and see in greater detail what you're doing. On the watch, no. On the watch, it will be small. And keep this in mind when you're developing watch faces, because I see a lot of people trying to add a lot of information on the watch face, and sometimes you can't read anything. It looks like, everything is small and too much information. I think that when you look at a watch face, and if you can't read the time and the date, and maybe perhaps heart rate and calories, if you can't read them immediately, something is very, very wrong with your watch face. Okay, so keep this in mind. Always strive to have a easily readable watch face. So I'm just checking here. This starts on 338. So let's put it in the same spot. And this was the month. So finally we need the year. So add it, press generate. And you'll notice that we have the space for 4 digits. So if you press this button here for Amazfit, it will show the complete year, okay, with the 4 digits. If we disable it, we will only have the last 2 digits. And yeah, I think this is perfect for what we need, so I'm going with it. And lock it, and we're done. We have the date, the month, and the year. And if I press preview, you'll see that, oh, I forgot to pat the month with zeros. And there we go. Now it's July 7th from 2025, and this is correct. Okay, so we can now proceed, and I can see here on the concept that we have some kind of lettering telling us that this is stand up times and this is distance. So we need to have it. Let's add an artistic text, and this is perfect for these kind of labels. So remember this. And let's call it stand times, just like stand times. I'm not sure this is the correct term, but just for the sake of this tutorial, I will go with it. And I will use for this one here, I can see that this is a taller font and condensed. So okay, I think we have a perfect one, and it should be the Bebas Neue Regular. And yes, I believe this is perfect. So let's bring everything back, all the images, and try to center this the best we can. So I think it looks correct now. I just make it a little bit larger. So if you notice here, we need to increase the size just so it is readable from afar, or at least when you look at your watch, you won't get blind trying to read. Okay, so it looks good, but anytime this happens, you see here, this is kind of cropped. Just give it an extra space at the end, just like this. Okay, and this is solved. Okay, so now I am going to clone it. And on the right side, I am not sure. I think it's distance. Okay. So here I will change it to distance. And then we can just simply push it to the right. Now this will take forever. I am going to unlock it, move it, and place it there. And I'm not sure this is in the right place, so 187, and there we go. Yeah, and this is centered, I think. So we can now just proceed, I guess. So this is done. We can now start adding more data. Let me see here. Okay, let's deal with the power level here. You see here. This is very, very easy. I'm gonna add a system date, or rather not, sorry, it's system battery. There we go. And then I could add a circle. The problem about the Amazfit circles is that they are a simple color. a single color, as you can see here, and you can add gradients. So how can we create this here? By using image sets. So the image set is the most versatile widget in the in Facemaker. It is here, image set, so I'm gonna add it. And this is because you can create any widget from it, and I mean any. By pressing generate, you can create vertical lines, okay? You can create horizontal lines, just like this. You can create circles, and this is what we'll be using. And you can also create text, okay? Just keep in mind that for the text, they usually are limited to a certain amount of images. So in this case, we have, I think, 11. So from 0 to 100%, as you can see here. But a circle, you can set the number of images you want here. So let's start by increasing the line width, just so it matches more or less the concept, something like this. And I think I will go with 17. And now let's tweak the radius. And there we go. And now I'm gonna bring everything back because I need to make sure that this circle will fit correctly inside this. And it seems to be, yeah, I think it looks good, so I'll go with it. Now we need to set a start and end angle. So it starts here and ends here, okay? And so we need to now set the angles, and by that you know that you can go less than 0, because the 0 is here, and clockwise it starts counting. So 90, 180, 270 and 360, or 0. But we need to go this way. So here is where it should start. I will go with minus 140 and 140 on this other side. And there we go. Now I need to match it with the concept, but it should be good enough, I think. And indeed it is. Now we need to match the colors, but first we have 11 images, which should give us 10 segments, because the first one is empty, as you can see here. Now let's just change the background color. As you can see, the first one is empty. It's 0, okay? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100%. So now I need to increase the gap between these sections. And we can do that by increasing this value here. And I think I will go with 3. I think 3 is perfect. Now we need to match the color. And this is where it gets tricky, okay? Let me show you why. So here, this color on the far left and this one on the far right are located here. If I change this gradient type to conical, these and these should have the same color because they meet up here, okay? So what I'm going to do is select this one and pick this color. There we go. As you can see there, we have this border here because this one is gray and this one is blue. So I'm going to put the gray one on the middle, select the blue one, and then click here. There we go. Now, since they are the same color, now this is seamless, I would say. Now we need to change this one, the middle one, and I will go with this darker red color and push it to the left because it starts here, okay? Now I'm gonna add a new control point here and then pick this bright blue color. And if we bring back the circle widget, you can see that we have something that is quite nice, I would say. Now, this is not perfect because here on the concept image, you'll notice that we have some sort of inner shadow on each of these segments. So I am going to bring everything back, and here on the image set, I am going to add a inner shadow effect. And there we go. Now I just need it to be smaller, something like that, or perhaps go with 2, and it should be good enough, I guess. And indeed it is. Okay, now if I press preview here, you'll notice that, yeah, the circle is working, but this is not good practice. Now you have a circle that can grow, but nothing that hints where it grows. Okay, we need a background. So for that, I am going into the last image of the image set. So make sure you're on the last image here and press Ctrl C over this image preview. Okay, and here on the background, I'm gonna add an image widget, and over this image preview here, I will press Ctrl V, and there we go. We now have a static representation of that image set, and we can use this to serve as a placeholder here. So for that, it can't be the same color, exactly the same color as the image set. So I'm going to apply an opacity effect and lower the opacity, something like this. Okay, and now we will put it in the exact same spot as the image set. So this is located on 137.201. So 137.201, and there we go. We can now lock it and now press preview. And as you can see now, we have a placeholder. How great is that? And I think we can make it just a little bit fainter. Let's go with 20. And there we go. Now, I think this is absolutely perfect, and this will work, okay? Now, I need this placeholder for these two here. So I'm going to clone it and move it down, place it here, and try to center it the best we can. And there we go. And now we clone this one and put it here. And yes or no, I think we have a winner. Yeah, it works perfectly. So now you can see we have placeholders for these 3. And we can now finish this one, the battery one. Now this is done. We can now just collapse this main layer. And here on the battery, I will add an image combo. There we go. Press generate, zoom in, and I will select that light gray color, as you can see there. And we need that font, that TRS million font, and we'll increase this, and I will pad it with zeros. Okay, now we need it to fit here, and now let me see here. Yes, this is good enough. So on the background, I'm gonna add a artistic text, and I think it is power level. Yeah, it's power level. Okay, let's switch into the Bevas Neue font we used earlier, and this I will make a round text, something like this, and make the radius smaller, much smaller, something like 40. Make the font also smaller, so something like this. And now we can increase the radius. And now we need to invert the lettering. So right now, sorry, If you notice, it's if we rotate it here by setting 180, it gets upside down, as you can see there. We need it to be the other way around. So you can do that by pressing this switch here. And there we go. Now, just need it to match the placement here. Let's increase the radius right there. And now we can just place it. And you know what? I think we have a nice result. All we need now is the icon for the battery. So we have several here on the stencils. If you go into the stencils category, you have several here for energy or power or whatever. I'm going to select this one. And we will rotate it. Something like this. And I will apply the rotation and then crop the content, and we can now scale it. It's not exactly the same, but I mean, I believe this will work. We don't need to waste any more time looking for perfect icons, because as long as this works, I mean, doesn't matter, right? So here I need to beat this color, so I will add a gradient effect. There we go. And I'll pick these orange colors and create the gradient. I will save it here on the favorites, and this should now be sort of done. And yeah, I think it's good enough, so I will just call it done. I will press Ctrl S to save and proceed. So on the reference, this is a step counter. Okay, I will select this, clone it, put it above. No, not on the top, sorry. My mouse is freaking out. I think it's the batteries are almost over. And there we go. I'm going to unlock this and bring it down, put it there, and just rename this to step count. And bring everything back and see if this is centered. And right now it is, so we can now proceed. I think at least one pixel up wouldn't harm anything, and yes, I think this is perfect. So right now I am going to clone this battery widget or icon, and then unlock it, bring it here, and then let's go into the library, stencils, and we should have some steps images here, and perhaps this one. Now I will crop the contents, scale it down, and try to match the same height at least, something like that. We can put it here, and there we go. And now here I will start by adding let me see here, yeah, steps. There we go. And then an image combo, press generate. Let's zoom out, put it here, and let's go and fetch that the right font, increase the size. I will pad it with zeros just so we see where it can go. There we go. Now let's zoom out, and I think this is visible enough, so I'll leave it as is. Now we need the image set also, and here I will copy it from the battery image set. So I will rename this, and you will see why. Battery image set, okay? And let's go back into this one, and here on the images we have this button, copy from, and you can select the battery image set. And now if I press shift and scroll the mouse wheel, you can see that we have the same images we had there, but for the steps widget. Okay, so here let me just see where this placeholder is located. So 37307, and there we go. Now this is placed. If I press preview now, how great is that? We have steps, we have battery, and we can now proceed. And believe it or not, we are not too far from finishing this watch face, because everything is almost the same. So here we have calories. So let's add a calories container, and then add an image combo, press generate, pad it with zeros, and place it. It is centered with this one, so we know it's correct. And now we need that text artistic. Let's clone it, unlock it, and pick it up and put it here. No, I forgot to lock it. And this is something you should always do. I mean, lock the layers because they will get in the way. And here I am going to rename this to calories. And now we need an image, and I will clone this one, unlock it to lock this one, and we can bring it here. And now we will load a new one from the library. You also have icons for calories. There they are. So I'll use this one. I like this one. Crop the contents, resize it, check the height. And this should work, so I will place it somewhere or something like this. And I think I will push this steps icon just a tad to the top, just like that, okay? And this one for the battery, I will unlock the aspect ratio and increase the width, because I think it's too thin. And there we go. Now calories are done. We just need the circle, or rather the image set. So let's load an image set, and here copy from battery image set. And if we preview it manually, you'll see that it fits. Okay, so let me just check if this is in the same 236307. 236 and 307. Now it's located in the same exact place as the placeholder. And if I press preview now, and there we go. I think it looks cool. So yes, we can now proceed. So here it's the stand times or stand up times. Let me just check the concept image. And yes, so you'll notice that this has different colors. So it's red and yellow. And it's not too much red here, but I think I can change it, and I will. So let's add an elf stand up times. There we go. And here I will add, oh, we have a problem, Houston. We only have image combo for stand-up time, so we might need to change this, I guess. Now let me see, perhaps we could add something else, and we have a lot of data types we can choose from. Oh yes, we don't have heart rate. I guess we don't have heart rate, so yes, I think I will add heart rate on this side. So heart rate, and this one has everything. So heart rate image combo, and press generate. Select our font, increase the size, and this might be too much, of course, but I will pad it with zeros, and there we go. Now I'm gonna add an image set. And here I will press generate, switch to circle, increase the line width. This might be too much. Let's go with 13 and make the radius smaller. Let's zoom in. Let's go with 11 instead. And here we'll increase by 2. Let me just check where this goes on the real watch face. I want some spacing around so some spacing between the circle and this background container you see here. And yeah, I think this will work perfectly. So let's increase the gap, and it's 3, and it will start on minus 140 and it will go all the way to 140. And yes, I think, well, perhaps just only 2 because the circle is smaller. And yes, I think this will do. Okay, so let's hide everything, bring back the concept image, and I will hide this. And now we need to pick these colors here. So as before, I will pick the middle color, put this in the middle, and let's set a more vibrant color, just like that. And now this will be the reddish color right there. Let's switch to conical. There we go. And yes, I believe this will do. We just need another one to establish the limit here. And right there. And now let's bring the widget back and see what we have. And I believe this is good enough. So I will show the concept image. And we need to tweak the image combo because it's too large, I think. But for now, it will do. Now, here I will add an inner shadow effect. And there we go. Now, this needs to be smaller. Something like this, okay? And now we need the placeholder image. So Control C here, and we will add an image. Control V, and we have that static version. Now I need to see how much opacity I removed from the placeholders, the other. So it's 20. Okay, so let's add an opacity effect and lower this to 20. And now we need to center it and place it in the same spot as this image set. So 30 by 220 and 30 by 220. Okay, we can now merge it. And oh yeah, we need to place the image combo better. So let me see here, perhaps lower this to 19. And let's preview. And this is good enough. Now we just need to change the stand times right there, this, and change it to heart rate, and then move it just so it's centered. Oops. Just a tad to the left, and I think we have a good result. Now I need a heart icon. So yeah, just like this one. I will crop the content, and now we can simply scale it down, something like this. And it needs to be smaller here, okay? So, because this circle is also smaller, well, maybe not this small, but we can tweak it now, something like that. And now we need to add a gradient. There we go. And we should have the orange gradient here. And there we go. How cool is that? I think it looks cool. So yeah, we can now proceed. And this one here is distance. I'm not sure we have, let me see here. I'm not sure we have an image set. Oh, we have. So we can have a perfect distance widget there. So I'm going to press generate. And first we need to match the font and the size. Right there. I'm gonna put it next to this one so we can match. I didn't notice the font size I used for that one. So now I have to match it side by side. And I think it was, yeah, it was 19. Okay, so this has to be on 241. Right there, 241. And yeah, this is done. I can now just center this. Just right there. And now we need an image set. And oh, I forgot to rename this one. So because we want to, like before, to be able to copy the images, art rate image set. So here I will simply select art rate image set, and there we go. Now we can just zoom in and place this correctly. And now we need that image placeholder. And yeah, this is the one. So I am going to clone it, unlock it, and just move it here. Now I need to make sure it's in the exact same spot as the image set for the distance. So 300, 220. No, it's this one. 300. Nope. 300, 220. Okay. Now we can lock it. And yes, it looks cool. So I will add some sort of icon that shows that this is the distance. So let's go into the library. And again, you also have for distance, icons for distance. And there we go. These. I'm not sure which one to use. I will go with this one here. Right there. And you can't really make out that this is distance, but yeah, I might make it just a tad larger. And here I will add the gradient. And there we go. We have, let's press Ctrl S to save. And we can now proceed, and we're almost done. Now we're starting to add those elements up here. So I am going to unhide everything and see what we can do. So here we have the placement, New York. And I think that for a Amazfit, this comes from the weather. Current city, that's it. Okay, so now we will go with a black color and increase the width. Something like this, I guess. Now, yeah, this is the font we need. And I'm going to align it to the center and place it. Now, let me see here. And yes, it looks good. So I will lock it and continue. Okay, next, let me unhide the reference image. So we have weather here. Okay, let's add weather. So we already have weather. So here I will add weather image set. Okay, and here I will generate. So Facemaker features a font generator, as you can see here, and I'm going with this dark or black color and place it there. So Facemaker creates all the icons for you, and this is a SVG font, so you can scale it any way you want as long as you do it here. Increase the font size, okay? Do not scale it afterwards, up here. Do it down here. And yes, I believe this will work. Let me just check. I think we have, oh, it's the current temperature. So yeah, this is actually good. I am going to add a temperature image combo and press generate. And here, let's go with the same font, the Bebas Neue font that we've been using. And this should be good enough as long as we scale it. Now, let me see here. Okay, we just need the symbol, whether it is Celsius or Fahrenheit. So it should be, I think, Amazfit as one, or maybe not. No, we don't have the temperature type, which would show Fahrenheit or Celsius accordingly. Okay, it doesn't have it. Okay, so we'll just use this. And the user must know that when he selects the kind of temperature he wants to see, whether Fahrenheit or Celsius, well, he knows by looking here that he is reading Celsius or Fahrenheit. I mean, okay, let's try to place this a little bit better. And yeah, this should do it. Let me just scroll through the various icons and see how it looks. And I believe this will work. Okay, so now it's time for us to add, finally, the digital dial. And here I'm going to start by adding hours. Okay, press generate and zoom in. And I'm not sure Bebas Neue is perfect for this. I believe we're going to have to use another font, a thinner one. And indeed we do have to select a thinner one. Well, perhaps this one. Let me just crop the content, and yes, it looks better. So we can, I think we can go with it. So now minutes image combo, and press generate, and then crop the content to make them tighter. Right there, I might need to zoom in. And yes, this font is not gonna cut it. I think we need a thinner one. And I believe we have a thinner one somewhere. Oh, it's this one, yeah, Humane. Okay, so this is even thinner, perhaps thinner than we needed, but I think we'll have to go with it. So let's apply the same here. Humane or Kenyan? No, perhaps. Let me just try this one. I usually don't waste this much time choosing fonts, but sometimes you have to do it just to have a finer result. Oh, let's go with this one, Manila. Yeah, Manila regular. And I think this one occupies or uses up the same space as the one in the reference, more or less. So let's crop the contents. And this is perfect, Manila regular 78. So let's switch to this one, press generate, go and select the Manila regular. There we go. And no, it's not 28. My memory isn't what it used to be, right? So yeah, it needs to oh, it's 70. Oh, it can't be. It can't be. So it needs to be 78. There we go. And now we do a crop the contents, and it should match perfectly. And there we go. Now we can do this just like that and lock these two, and we're done. We can now add that AM PM indicator right here, this one. So let's do that here, AM PM, or rather AM PM 24, and press generate. So now this will need to be that grayish color right there, and we can now add a background. But first, let's set the font size. There we go. And since we're at it, I will set the background to be black. Added the favorites, and I am not sure. Oh, this is sorry, this is border. It has nothing to do. Okay, no problem. So I will scale the font, and we'll add an element there to create this square here. So on the background, let's add an image, press generate, switch this to black, and I won't even scale it when creating it. I will just scale it manually, just like this, okay? And we will put it there, just like that. And now increase the size, and there we go. So 30. We can now turn off this generate form and enable everything and see what we have here. Now let's press generate. And it's not bad. I mean, it could be better. But we're not wasting much time, are we? I mean, we built this a full-fledged watch face in less than 1 hour. I mean, this is not possible to do in any other software, or at least I think so. Not a complex watch face like this one, okay? So yes, I think it looks good, and we can now continue and finish this. Okay, so next we will tackle these three up here, and on the concept, I can see that we have, I think it's sunrise and sunset. So I'm not really sure if a Amazfit has those. Oh, it has. Okay, so we will add it. And here I will have the sunrise, sunrise hours, or they are separated. But we can use sunrise text, but we won't be able to use this font here. So, oh, we might be able to use it because Amazfit can use custom fonts for text widgets, okay? Contrary to Huawei, for example. So the font is called TRS Million. There we go. And this one here. And I will try. Oh, we have the color saved. So this is perfect. I will put it here and pad it with zeros. And now let's tweak the font size. And I usually hate to use small fonts like this, but well, it doesn't matter. Right? I mean, as long as we finish this watch face, it will be good. Okay, so it's placed, and we can now proceed. I will add an icon on the background, an image. There we go. And then let's go into the library, and we need a stencil that will represent the sunrise. And I think I have one. It's this one here. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it will have to do. So I will crop the contents, and I will scale it down. something like this. And I think it's an orange color like this one here. So I will just add a gradient, or rather, let's use the last setting here. And there we go. This is perfect. So we can now proceed. This is moonrise, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's add an image, library, and let's go and fetch the moonset, which will be sunrise and sunset. Okay, so crop the content. This one will scale to 34, so let's do the same for this one, and then place it. There we go. And now we'll use the lost effect, and that will save us some time. And we can now lock it, and up here I will add no, let's add on the same one, so sunset and sunset text, and here we will select the same font. I think this was 15, yeah, so let's change the font size to 15 and put it there. Let's use the same width, so it's 40. Nothing wrong about copying the last settings, and let's try and place it the best we can right there, and lock it and see what we have now. And yes, it's not bad. I mean, it's not perfect, but it will have to do. Okay, so this is done. I don't know what this data is. Let me just unhide it. Well, it says 70. I don't know what that is. Let me see here what we can do, what we can put there. The weather, we have it here, so no, we can't use it. Let me see what data types we can add. So altitude, humidity, UV index. And we might go with UV. Okay, let's add UV index. And here I will add an image combo. There we go. And press generate. And it should have the same settings as the sunrise and sunset. And this one has a different color. I'm not sure I will be using it. We'll just put it there. And now we need an icon to show this is UVI. I will use artistic text and insert UVI. And again, we have to switch this into another font. So, perhaps Roboto Bold, because this will work as a as an icon of sorts. Let's make it smaller right there, and let's use that orange color just like this. Okay, we can lock it, bring everything back, and do some tweaking here just like that, and perhaps to push this to the left just a little bit. Okay, not much to go. Right now we need the seconds here. I think, yeah, it's the seconds. So let's go into the digital dial here and add a seconds image combo. There we go. Press generate, and now I will zoom in and select that same font we used. I believe it was Humane Regular, I think. And we place it there, and then we scale it. And yes, this is not perfect, but For the purpose of this tutorial, I think this will do just fine. And okay, it's there. I'm not sure this will be visible on the watch face itself. I might change this to Babasnoya, which I believe is more readable. Let's make it a tad smaller, something like this. It should be the same width as this square here, just so we get some, you know, some things matching, the placement being matched on the watch face. And here I am going to add another artistic text and insert those two dots to divide the hours and the minutes. And we need it to be larger, so let's increase the size and place it there. And remember, this doesn't have to be exactly like the reference image. You just need to make it look good, okay? And yes, I believe this is finished, this normal watch face. Now I would like to add some shortcuts. So let's go here and add a shortcut main container. And here I will add, let me see here. So system, we can start by adding, I don't know, else steps shortcut, and put it here. So anytime you press these coordinates here, you go into the steps app on the watch, okay? So this is done. And now the next one, now let me see here, art rate for this one here. And there we go. And this is done. We can now lock it. And what else? I see that perhaps we can add a calendar link or a calendar shortcut here, unlock the aspect ratio and just resize it and put it here. And there we go. This is done. We can now lock it, and let me see what else we can add. Air temperature, altitude, sunrise and sunset. Yeah, for example, this one. And we can put it here. And then unlock the aspect ratio and make it thinner. And there we go. This is done. And the next one, let me see. Calendar, we already have some. Countdown, find phone, flashlight. We can turn on the flashlight, for example. Phone menu, battery. Oh, we need one for the battery, for this one here. Let's add it. And there we go. And I think we're done. Settings, yeah, the settings, for example. You could have the settings shortcut up here, right here. If we press this area here, unlock the aspect ratio, and then we can resize this, and there we go. We have the settings there, and here on the background, I'm not really sure what this is on the reference image. Let me show you. I believe this is some sort of a logo from the creator, the original creator of this watch face, or even the brand of the watch. Now I'm not sure, so I am adding the Facemaker logo, and you have it here on logos, I think. Well, we don't have the Facemaker logo, which I thought I would have it here, to be frank. But we can use the Amazfit instead, the Amazfit logo. So Okay, I might use only this image here and remove the lettering. So for that, we have several ways to achieve it. But first, I am going to crop the content, and then I will scale it down, zoom in, and put it here. Right there. Okay, and now we have this this lettering that we don't need. First, I am going to apply the scaling, and then we can do this in two ways. So the first one is crop, and by selecting, we can just simply remove those letters, and there we go. We could also just simply add an image and manually delete those letters from the bottom, and we would be all set. But yeah, there are several ways to achieve the same thing in Facemaker. So now I'm gonna add a fill color and add a black color right there, and there we go. We have the Amazfit logo added. Okay, and we might push it a little bit to the left just so it's centered with this data here. And now finally on the right, you know what, I'm not gonna add anything. Okay, so now we should start merging all these layers, because you'll notice we have 72 layers or widgets, and this is way too much for the watch to handle. So I'll start by merging all these images, just like that, and we will make all these independent images a single image from all of them. And this will be much nicer for the watch to process, and your watch will thank you, and your battery will last longer. Just like that. And you know, this can be kind of boring, tedious, but well, there's no other way to do it, so you might as well just cope with it. And as you can see now, we have all the images merged into a single image. How great is that? I will start by first crop the canvas just to make sure, and as you can see, this is absolutely perfect. We could call this done. Now I will remove this concept image. We don't need it anymore. And finally, I will add an always on display. And this time I won't be making another version of this image, or I might, I don't know, perhaps we can do it like this. Let me show you. Background. Here I will copy this one, so Control C, and then select this background main container and press Control V, and we have a copy. Okay, so here I am going to add a brightness effect. There we go, and lower the brightness, and then I will add a grayscale, and now it's black and white. Okay, so here this is done. I will finally add a widget, time digital dial, and then I will copy those widgets from the main watch face digital dial into the one on the AOD. So let's press Shift and then hours, minutes, seconds, and AM, PM 24, Control C, and then we select this digital dial here and press Control V. Oh, they weren't copied. Okay, no problem. You can just drag them and put them there. Okay, now this is done. We can now just simply also apply a brightness effect on the AM, PM, just to make it the same color as this background here. And believe me, this will be readable. It may look very dark as is, but this will be readable. And by the way, I want to add the date also. So let's go into the system, date, and here I will select the date widgets 1, 2, and 3 with Shift, Control C, select the date on the always on display and press Control V. And only the year was copied. I don't know what is happening, but you can, as I said, move them manually like this, and they're done. Okay, now we need to lower the brightness, because remember, the AOD is supposed to save battery, and it is also dangerous to have many bright things showing on the AOD, because you can incur in a problem called pixel burn-in, which will damage your screen. So keep this in mind. Always make the always on display darker. So yeah, I'm gonna press Control S and save it, and this is the watch face finished. So yeah, according to some requests I had of people asking me to create a rectangular watch face for Amazfit, here we go. You have it, and you can now follow it and try to create something similar to this. Okay, I know this is not a work of art, but the techniques I used to create this watch face can be used for just about any other watch model and any other watch brand supported by Facemaker. Okay, so this was a rectangular watch face for Amazfit / Zepp GTS 4, and I hoped you liked it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.